Hi everyone, welcome to Pilates for the core. Today we're going to be using a small ball, but you can use a cushion. And we're going to be using a resistance band as well, just to help us on some of the core work. If you don't have one, you can just use a cord from a dressing gown or a rolled up towel, or you can just go without and just it will just affect the range potentially that you're working into, but that's not a problem. Alright, so we're going to start with knocking on heaven's door, so let's take a slightly wider stance here, and we're just going to allow our arms just to swing from side to side. While we do that, we're actually going to allow our hips to get involved with this. Okay, so we've got a twist for the spine, and we've got a little bit of movement for the hips, a little bit of a bend in the knee, maybe coming up onto those toes that we're leaving behind us. So we're allowing the whole body to get involved in this very kind of dreamy, floaty, working movement. Inhaling one side, exhaling the other. And then let's come through center, allow those arms just to come back, meet you at the beginning again. And then we're going to come into our position for mermaid. So hips and feet in alignment. And then we're going to bend into those knees, reach up with one hand, and then bring that hand over. So we're reaching down with those fingertips towards that knee. We're keeping strong through that core, and we exhale, bring ourselves back through center. Dip down into the knees, reach up, lift, lengthen, and then we come over. So we're exploring that length for the side waist. Use the core to bring yourself back, but also that range of motion and mobility for the spine in our lateral work, our side work. Coming up through center, always using that core to lift and control what we're doing here in our side work. Lovely. And then we're going to roll those shoulders, roll down all the way to the mat. So nice and relaxed, tuck the chin, exhale, use that core, release the head, neck and shoulders, rolling down all the way, so we're getting that forward flexion movement for the spine. Breath in at the bottom, maybe a little hamstring length, and then we're bending at the knee, engaging the core, restacking the spine. Rolling into our position at the top, so shoulders back again. One more like that, taking an inhale, exhale, core is on, we're releasing through the head, neck and shoulders, getting that lovely fluid motion, inhaling at the bottom, bending at the knees, engaging the core, restacking the spine. Rolling the shoulders at the top, taking a breath. Floating those arms out in front, and we're going to take a circle behind, looking at that circle, looking at that arm, and to the other side. Opening out, looking, following that arm, and bringing it down. Exhale, opening, inhale, back. Exhale, over, inhale, back. Now we take it to the other side. So down we come, and up and over. Down we go first, up and over. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. Lovely, just bringing some twisting motion to that spine. Okay, so from here then, we're going to come into our little standing core workout. So arms out in front, bent elbows, and we're going to exhale, knee and elbow to touch. Exhale, opposite knee and elbow, and back. Now what I want you to be careful with here is not too much bending in the middle. Okay, so we're going to try and use the core to bring the elbow and the knee together. So I'm not crunching forwards, I'm bringing that knee up, and I'm using those side waist muscles to do it. That's fine. If you can't get the knee and the elbow to touch, it's fine. Just come to where you can today. Keep it nice and central, okay? So trying to reduce any wobble from side to side. Keep that core centered. We're here for 3, 2, 1, and relax. Roll the shoulders. Well done. I'm already getting hot from that. Okay, so we're going to come down onto the mat now. Let's take a roll down today. So taking a breath on the exhale, releasing through the head, neck and shoulders, rolling all the way down, fingertips onto the mat, knees down, and then we're going to come to sit on our bottoms. Now if you have a ball and a band, you might want to use these for a little bit of extra support. So we're going to take the ball behind us. The closer it is, the more support you get. Further away, the more challenge you give yourself. Or you can take that ball away completely. Okay, so I'm going to use these today just to demonstrate. If you have a band or a cord of any sort, you can put that around the feet and just hold onto the band as if you're going for a nice horse and cart ride. If you want a bit more support, make that band shorter. Okay, and then that's going to give you a lot more help coming back up. If you want to challenge yourself, make the band longer or take away the band. Okay, so you work where you're feeling you need to for your body today. So from here, the first thing to think is we're sitting up really straight out of that pelvis. Yes, you're going to have to work those hip flexors to help do that, and that's okay. So we're sitting up nice and straight. The first thing we do is we roll off the sits bones. So can you see that in my lower back? I'm just rolling off the sits bones, and that's going to send that back outwards. So we're coming into a C curve. That's the next thing that we're going to try and do. We're drawing in the core, and we're sending that back out behind us. What we're not doing is letting the arms roll forward and the shoulder blades come around the side. Okay, so think about retracting the shoulder blades as you roll down. Now you're going to get to wherever you feel you can control today. Doesn't matter where. And we're just going to hold in place, and we're going to scan through the body. Core on, pelvic floor lifting, shoulders relaxed, drawing the shoulder blades together. We're here for 3, 2, 1. Then we roll back up. Tuck the chin. Think about a reverse roll down. Rolling back through the C curve. Back onto your sits bones, then you straighten through the spine. Head is the last thing to come back into position. Beautiful. Let's go again. Taking a breath, exhale, rolling off the sits bones. Keep those shoulder blades together, rolling back down. Keep drawing the core in, don't let it dome outwards. We're here, taking a breath, come up an inch. We're here, we take a breath, down an inch. Take a breath, down a centimetre, take a breath, up 2 inches, hold here for 3, 2, 1, rolling back up, tuck the chin, slowly come back up, no momentum here, onto the sits bones and rolling through into a straight position. Wonderful, let's take that again. Inhaling to start. Exhale to roll off the sits bones, come through your C curve, rolling back, challenge yourself to where you can get to today, hold on through that core, draw it in. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, count faster, 1, rolling back up, slowly does it, onto the sits bones and into our seat. Well done. Okay, let's release the band, take that to one side, let's take out the ball, leave that to one side as well, and then we're going to come down onto the mat. So you can come down through the roll down, see how far you can get, and then bring yourself onto your back. So we're going to come through into our Pilates rest position. Feet hip width distance apart, little gap underneath the lower waist, that's what you're protecting. We're going to take our hands behind our head, just to provide a little cradle for the neck there. Elbows in your peripheral vision. Take an inhale. On the exhale, we're drawing up into an abdo prep. Inhale to release. Exhale, drawing yourself up so you can look at your knees. Inhale back. Now what we're not doing here is a typical crunch move where we allow the back to sink into the mat as we come up. Okay, because what we're doing there is we're just reducing the engagement a little through the abdominals, and that's what we're trying to focus on. So try to keep the back in the same position and focus your work coming up through those front abdominals. Think reduce the range distance between the low rib and the top hip. All right, just take a pause for a moment, allow those abdominals to release. If you would like to deepen the experience, go a bit further into this core work, then you're either going to take a single leg into tabletop or a double leg into tabletop. And we go again. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. So while we're here again, we're looking after the gap in the lower waist. We're making sure that that gap is not getting any bigger. Okay, so if you're wanting to pop your ribs off of the mat, then we need to take it down just to a single leg or legs on the floor. Okay, now we're going to progress this, so just take one leg down then the other, little mini break. Take a breath, come back into your chosen position. This time, as you come up, you're going to take the one leg to reach out to the wall. Inhale back. Exhale, other leg to the wall. Inhale back. Now with this one, it's harder to maintain that gap under the low waist. So if you need to move the spine towards the mat, that's okay. We're here for 3, 2, 1. Let's fold one leg down, then the other. Little break for that core. And then we're going to come into a dead bug. So, depending on where you feel your strength is at today, you're either going to go for a double leg tabletop full dead bug, or you're just going to use a single leg tabletop opposite arm and do a half dead bug. So if you're doing a half dead bug, we're going from single leg tabletop and arm, extending everything away, bringing it back. Exhale, inhale, and then changing sides, or you're starting with this dead bug in our full dead bug position. Exhale, lengthen, inhale, return. Again with this dead bug, if you feel your ribs wanting to lift away from the mat, then come to our single leg dead bug, our half dead bug. If you are in the half dead bug, switch sides now, come to that other side. And if you're feeling that you want to carry on in dead bug but it's a bit hard, don't take the legs so far away from the body, because our lever length makes a difference. We're here for 3, 2, 1. Float one leg down, then the other. Release through that core. Take a breather. Allow the heart rate to come back down. It's quite challenging, that one. And then we're going to come up into a little bit of crisscross. So I will demonstrate the full crisscross, but if it's too much, again, you'll do what you did with the half dead bug. Just take a single side, a single leg up into tabletop, do one side and then switch. I'll give you the halfway switch point, then do the other side. Okay, so we're coming back into our abdo prep arms, hands behind the head. Single leg tabletop, double leg tabletop. We're coming into an abdo prep. We're going to stay here. Now we're taking opposite arm to knee. We're lengthening that leg away. We're bringing everything through center. We take it to the other side. Exhale, twist and lengthen. Inhale, center. Exhale, other side, twist and lengthen. Inhale, center. Nice and slow. Feel those obliques, those side muscles working. Or you're just doing your single side, in which case switch now, because I'm getting tired. We're here for 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring everything down. Oh, that got a bit fiery for me at the end. Well done, everyone. That is not easy stuff, the crisscross. It's a very tricky one. All right, let's zip up those legs. Take the arms side to side. Legs go to one side. Head comes to the other. Big breath in, stretching off those abdominals. And a long, slow exhale to release. Take a breath, exhale to bring those knees across through center using that little bit of core control. Take it to the other side, inhaling in, stretching down through the side waist, exhaling out to release. And then we're going to bring that arm over, come onto our side, push up onto our side, and we're going to take a nice mermaid in seated position. So we're going to take one leg across in front of ourselves, other leg is going to fold behind us. Now if that leg doesn't like being there, you can bring that into the front, that's fine. So we're in our mermaid, inhaling up, exhale over. Breathe into that stretch, try to feel that length coming there, and exhale across, use the core to transition from side to side. Inhaling on the other side, and exhale to switch. Again, we're trying to think about keeping both sits bones on the floor for this. Just be aware of that, and we're also trying to make sure the shoulders are relaxed, they're not creeping up around our ears again, and that we're not rolling forwards, but we're keeping that nice opening through that front chest. Bringing ourselves through center. Now we're going to transition our legs, so bring them through center, take them to the other side. Notice if it feels any different. Inhale up, exhale over. We transition to the other side, nice and slow, no momentum. Feel that beautiful stretch, I need that there. Relaxing the shoulders. One more to each side. And last side. Back through center, pushing onto all fours then, coming through our cat-cow to finish, dropping the tummy, looking out for cow pose, tucking the tailbone under, lifting the spine for cat, inhaling for cow, and exhaling for cow. Coming through that neutral spine, tucking the toes under, lifting through a down dog, pedaling through the down dog, stretching out through the backs of the calves, the feet and the ankles. Taking a breath, and then use the core, turn that on just a little to walk your hands up to meet your toes. In forward fold, bob in towards the knees, just a little bit. And then we're going to engage the core,
Bend through the knees, slowly restack the spine.
Coming to stand, rolling the shoulders, and then coming to face me for our closing breaths. Inhale, filling the lungs up.
Exhale to release.
Inhale, taking that breath,
Emptying it all out.
last one there. And you are done. Thank you for joining me today. I will see you next time.